Well, we were talking about you did Blanche opposite a few Stanleys.
I did, including understudies. The first Stanley was Tony Quinn, who I then went on the road with. He also was replacing Marlon Brando while Jessica was on vacation. Then Brando came back earlier than Miss Tandy, and I played 4 weeks with Brando. Then I went back with Tony Quinn. Then on the road, I played with Jack Palance, and then he came into the New York company at one point, but not with me. Then I played with Ralph Meeker. Then I played with Dick Kiley, and somebody on the road in St. Louis later, but I can't remember his name, and he was a student of mine, very good.
Well, what was it like? Talk about Marlon Brando and talk about Anthony Quinn.
Well, Marlon at that time, I think, was at his peak of creativity and work. I think Tony Quinn was much more correct for the part, because Brando had such a sensitivity that, and I think that was Kazan, that Kazan identified with Kowalski, and that Blanche came in like the happy homebreaker instead of the victim of the play. She became the villain. And I think that's cockeyed, but that was very successful. However, we did it the other way around with Clermont. And so obviously for my taste, I like that better.
Quinn was very physical with you, wasn't he?
Well, he was physical with everybody. He was just undisciplined. Not to be mean, he couldn't help it. You want my favorite story? Is that why you asked
I'd love
me?
one. I'd love one.
My favorite story.
Sure.
No, I used to beg him every night. I'd say, look at my arms. I said, I have to put more makeup on my body than on my face because I'm so bruised. Oh, I'm so sorry. He'd say, I didn't mean it. I just felt it. I said, just cut it out. So, and there was one spot in particular, we had to grab me by the arms, and I again saw him coming. I already had endless bruises, and I saw these two thumbs that were heading right for my muscles in there, and I saw them, and he grabbed me, and I said, ow, ow, ow. I started screaming, and he looked, forgot all his lines, and then I somehow fed him back into the lines. When we came off stage, he said, you're not supposed to say that there. I said, I'm sorry, I felt it. And he never hurt me again.
Good for you. That's a great story.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
You won your first Tony Award for Clifford Odets' The Country Girl.
Yes.
What was that experience like for you?
Not good. That's the only play I ever played. I love playing, and I love long runs, that I was happy when it closed. It was a series of unfortunate things. Paul Kelly was ill during the entire run, which was a tremendous strain on all of us. He was getting thinner and thinner. I thought, oh, my God. Steve Hill was in it and was very young and very undisciplined and very difficult to work with. Everything that's... Clifford had a brilliant idea, because the play also dealt with alcoholism, to hire a real alcoholic. He hired a real alcoholic to play the producer. And he would sit in the wings with AA members and say, have some grog. I mean, every night there was a major drama. And it was a very unhappy company, but it was not congenial at all. And so I also never liked the last act of that play. I didn't like playing that last act.
Why?
Soap opera-y.
Okay.
Had a convenient, kind of happy, nonsensical ending.
It's interesting that you say that. This should have been a really happy time for you, being such a successful run, but there were so many things that
and I never
were
could
wrong with it.
believe that everybody loved me so in it, because I was just unhappy in it.
Sure. But now, that was during the time of the McCarthy era, wasn't it?
That was part of it, too. Also, one of the young girls in it, a charming girl, who shall remain nameless, but adorable. And I had asked her to sign something. I was signing everything in those days. Greek war orphans and God knows what. Everybody got money and signatures from me. And I'm not sorry I did it, by the way. And I asked her to sign this. She said, sure, and she signed. The next night she came and she said, can I have that back? Can I take my name off that? And I said, of course, here it is. Why? She said, well, my husband is in the FBI, and he told me I shouldn't do that.